Hey guys, welcome to one of the fastest growing sports YouTube channels out there, Gold and Blue Dude. And today we're going to look at how good or bad each Power 5 conference is going to be in 2021. This one's for all you conference homers out there. Let's go. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's me again, Gold and Blue Dude. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. I do college football videos every single day. While you're here, go check out my good friends at tristatewoodsketch.com. All you have to do is send them the picture. They'll transfer it on to wood. It's a great gift for anybody, and it's never too early to start your Christmas shopping. Mention Gold and Blue Dude, and you'll get 20% off your order. Quick reminder about my score prediction contest. Every week, I'm going to pick out one game, and I'm going to let you guys guess the score. The person that gets closest to the score gets $50. All you have to do is go over to my Patreon page, join my Patreon page, and email me your score prediction. Deadline will be 6 p.m. every Friday. We'll post everybody's score prediction at that time on my website, goldandbluedude.com. But if we don't get enough people to join my Patreon page, we will have to lower that prize money from $50 to $20. So the size of the prize money is up to you guys. And you can win as many times as you want, so you can make a lot of money if you know what you're doing. So today's video is dedicated to all you conference homers out there. We're going to talk about how good or bad each conference might be in 2021. I do think the SEC will still be the best conference in 2021, but not by much. To all you South Carolina fans, Mississippi State fans, Tennessee fans, Vanderbilt fans, Arkansas fans, Auburn fans, Florida fans, and so on and so forth, take heart. At least you're in the best conference. You can brag about that. I have Alabama taking a slight step backwards, going 10-2, but still finishing in the top 10, not making the playoffs. Georgia, now I had them going 11-1 and making the playoffs, but I'm kind of iffy right now. I still think they're going to have a better season than what they did last year, but I'm thinking 10-2 is more realistic now. Having said that, I still think Georgia will finish in the top 10. Texas A&M, I think they pretty much stay how they were last year. 10-2, top 10, pretty good team, not elite. Kentucky will be the biggest jumper in the SEC this year. I think they are capable of having a 10-win season and being a top 15 team this year. Ole Miss is another team that will jump in the SEC. I think they'll have a 9-3-ish season, and they'll be in the top 20 this year. And LSU is the other team that could have a decent jump from last year. I have them going either 9-3 or 8-4 and finishing in the top 25 as well. Missouri's going to stay about the same, but I think they have a shot of finishing 8-4 and finishing in the top 25. Auburn is right on the cusp. I think they're going to have right around 7-5 or 8-4. They have a brutal schedule. Florida's going to take a massive step backwards. I think they're going to finish 7-5 and possibly unranked. Arkansas will be better, 6-6, get to a bowl. South Carolina could be better. They could get to 6-6 and get to a bowl. And Mississippi State could be better. They could get to 6-6 and get to a bowl. Tennessee, you're not going to have a good season. I see you going 5-7, missing a bowl. And Vanderbilt, well, you're Vanderbilt. I have you going like 3-9. The second best conference could actually be the ACC this year. I see them taking a step forward. Of course, you have the top dog, Clemson. I have them going either 12-0 undefeated or 11-1 getting to the playoffs. Right behind them, North Carolina, I think they stay on par. I think they go either 11-1 or 10-2 and finish in the top 10. Right behind them, Miami, they stay right where they are as well. 10-2 or 9-3. Top 15 team. Pitt, I think, will be a jumper. They could go 9-3, possibly 10-2 and be a top 20 team this year. Another jumper in the ACC, Virginia. I think they could go either 9-3 or 8-4 and they could finish in the top 25. Right up there with them is NC State. I have them at a solid 8-4. That's about the same, possibly a top 25 team. And then Florida State is another jumper. I think Florida State has the potential of going either 8-4 or 7-5. Now behind them we have Louisville. They're going to be about the same, 7-5, get to a bowl, nothing to brag about. Boston College will be in that 6-6 or 7-5 range. They'll get to a bowl, nothing to brag about. Virginia Tech, they'll get to a bowl, 6-6. But is that good enough to keep Justin Fuente? Expectations were high. It's time to get rid of him, guys. Georgia Tech will take a step forward this year. I think they get to 6-6 and get to a bowl. Syracuse, you're going to go 5-7, maybe a little bit better than what you've been, but you're going to miss a bowl. Wake Forest, same situation, 5-7, miss a bowl. And then Duke. David Cutcliffe, man, what has happened at Duke? I don't know. I have them going 4-8 and not being good at all. Third best conference, I have the Big Ten. Top dog this year, I think is going to be Wisconsin. I have Wisconsin going possibly 11-1, maybe undefeated if they get lucky and get to the playoffs. Right behind them, Ohio State. I have Ohio State with 2 losses this year, 10-2. Slight step back year for Ohio State because of their green quarterback situation. Still finishing in the top 10 though. Penn State will have a bounce back year this year. I think they finish with a 10-win season, and they could finish in the top 10. And then Iowa, they stay consistent, finish around 9-3, a top 15 team. Minnesota's a team to look out for. I think they could have a big bounce back year and go either 9-3 or 8-4, finish in the top 25. Right behind them, another potential bounce back team is Michigan. Could also go 8-4 or 9-3 and finish in the top 25. Then there's Indiana. Right now they're ranked number 17, but they have a tough schedule, and a full 12-game schedule will expose their lack of depth. So I have them going either 7-5, 8-4, possibly finish the season unranked. Right behind them, I think Nebraska actually takes a slight step forward, gets to 6-6, and gets to a bowl. Is that enough for Scott Frost to keep his job? Right behind them, Maryland. Maryland does have talent, but they also have a tough schedule. I have them going 6-6 and get to a bowl. Purdue will take a slight step forward this year as well. I have them going 6-6 and getting to a bowl. Same situation with Michigan State. That one might surprise you. I was down on them earlier in the year, but I think they have a manageable schedule. They're going to have a decent bounce back year, get to 6-6 and get to a bowl. The three teams that are going to go 5-7 and barely miss a bowl is going to be Northwestern. They have a letdown year this year. Rutgers, they're going to be better, but still barely miss a bowl. And then Illinois, same situation, maybe slightly better, but still miss a bowl. So now we get to the fourth best conference, or another way to say it is the second worst conference, and that's the Big 12. Top dog's going to be Oklahoma. I think they either go 12-0 or 11-1, get to the playoffs. Right behind them is going to be Iowa State. I think they go either 11-1 or 10-2, finish in the top 10. TCU will have a bounce back year this year. I think they'll go either 9-3 or 10-2, and they will finish in the top 20. West Virginia is going to have a pretty good year as well. I have them going either 8-4 or 9-3 and possibly finishing in the top 25. Same situation with Texas. They're going to stay right about where they are every stinking year. Either 8-4, 7-5, possibly finish in the top 25. Oklahoma State's actually going to have a step backwards. I have them going 7-5, get to a bowl, but then questions are going to start popping up about Mike Gundy. Oklahoma State headed in the wrong direction. Then Kansas State bounces back slightly from last year, goes 7-5, gets to a bowl. Baylor will have a bounce back year this year. I think they get to 6 wins, 6-6, and Baylor gets to a bowl this year. Then you have the bottom feeders, Texas Tech 5-7. Time for Matt Wells to go. He hasn't done anything at Texas Tech. Then Kansas is a miserable 2-10. And that means I have the Pac-12 as the worst Power 5 conference in 2021. But it's not by a lot, guys, because I do think the Pac-12 is going to be a decent conference this year. You're going to have the top dog, USC. I think they're going to go either 11-1 or 10-2. And if they go 11-1, I think the Trojans will get to the playoffs. Right behind them, Washington. Nobody is paying attention to Washington. Look at what they did last year. They didn't lose much from that team. I think they're going to go 10-2 and be a top 15 team. Right behind them, Arizona State. Even though there's allegations and the scandal going on, they still have talent. So I have Arizona State going to either 9-3 or 8-4. They're a top 20 team. Utah's going to have a big bounce back year as well. I have them in the 9-3 range. They're going to be a top 20 team. Cal's going to be sneaky good this year, guys. I have them going either 8-4, 7-5, possibly finishing in the top 25. Same situation with Stanford, 8-4, 7-5, also possibly in the top 25. And then Oregon. I think Oregon can go 8-4 as well. They could finish in the top 25, but they also could finish unranked. Another team of the Pac-12 that'll take a step forward, though, is UCLA. I think UCLA will have a solid 7-5 or 6-6 season. They will get to a bowl, and Chip Kelly keeps building over there at UCLA. This year, Colorado's going to take a massive step backwards. I have them in the 5-7 range, missing a bowl. Same situation for Washington State, 5-7 range. Oregon State's going to be a terrible 4-8, and then Arizona's going to be a dreadful 2-10. They're just a very, very bad team. So there you go, Golden Blue Dudes breakdown of who the best and worst conferences of 2021 are going to be. And it's not by much either, even from the best conference to the worst conference. But that's how I rank them. That's all I got for you for this show. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you on my next show.